Live from downtown Detroit, Local 4 News at 11 starts now.
For the second night in a row, freeze warnings in effect for all of southeast Michigan. Is this the last morning that we will start out below freezing?
All right, Ben, also suing over the sinkhole. One of the 11 communities set to foot the bill for the repairs in Fraser, now challenging who should be on the hook for the money.
But first, who's telling the truth? Tonight, a Chesterfield Township teenager is fighting for her life as the story of what happened inside her home continues to change. Since 6 o'clock, we've learned police are holding her boyfriend on unrelated warrants as the Michigan State Police Crime Lab goes through the house for evidence.
The unrelated warrants part is the tricky part here. Her boyfriend says the third man shot her and then took off in a silver Toyota. Mara McDonald following this for us tonight with more on what police believe happened. Mara?
Good evening to you, Devin. First off, take a look behind me. You can see this is still very much an active crime scene. Michigan State Police Crime Lab is out here still going through that house. And here's the thing, what police believe and what they are doing are two separate things. They are still looking for a silver car and another suspect. Do they necessarily believe that that is the truth at this point? Police sources say the story's changing. The Michigan State Police Crime Lab rolled up tonight and has been in and out of the house looking for a gun and any evidence that can show who was in this home when Marche Lowe was shot.
There was an individual that was inside the house who was a witness to the event. He is at our police station right now. He gave us a brief description of an individual that we are looking for, a white male in his 20s, clean shaved head, in a silver Hyundai.
But at this hour, while police officials say they're still looking for what is now described as a silver Toyota, privately there are real doubts this person in this silver Toyota is real. Just minutes before getting shot inside her home, Marche was on Snapchat with one of her best friends, simply hanging out eating McDonald's with her boyfriend in the house. He was not supposed to be there. Marche's friends reached out to us tonight so that police would know that Shay, as they call her, had a history of violence with her boyfriend. He had hit her in the past and she had hit him back. Theirs is a volatile relationship. Her friends claim he had recently threatened to kill her.
I mean, this is just a shock. She was like, she's a good kid. I would never ever imagine this would happen to her.
Back here live, I spoke with Chesterfield Township Police Chief Brad Kirsten late tonight, and he is putting out this plea to all of Marche's friends who will not contact police directly but instead came to us. He says he needs to hear from you. His detectives need to hear from you. You know all the players that were in this house. They need to see what you know, perhaps texts, Snapchats, tweets. They need to see it and they need to hear from you directly. Devin, Kimberly, back to you.
Mara, why won't her friends go to police directly? I mean,
I know it may. The way, and I asked one of them this, and he said, "Well, we don't want to get her in any more trouble, or we don't want to make this worse, or all the rest of it." I don't think they understand how critically grave her condition is and how nobody is going to get in any more trouble if they will only come forward and tell what they know.
Yeah.
Back to you.
Hopefully they will after seeing your report. Okay, Mara, we appreciate it. Switching gears a bit here, a chilly night calls for a freeze warning overnight.
Coldest night we're going to see for a while. Ben here is tracking that. Ben?
And let's hope it's the coldest one until next fall. But we do have a freeze warning out for everybody, and this is until 8 a.m. Saw some of the covered plants this morning, and we'll probably be seeing a lot more. In fact, you still have time to get out there and cover them up if you haven't done so already. Only a few spots are in the 30s. Most of those in the north zone. Ann Arbor has fallen to 39, and we're still hanging in the mid to upper 40s here around the city, right at 50 degrees at Metro Airport. Everybody is going around freezing or below. In fact, we'll see a lot of 20s in the morning, but in the city, we'll probably hit 33, jumping up pretty quickly with a lot of sunshine tomorrow morning. Don't forget to tune in tomorrow morning starting at 4:30. Brandon will have the latest on that frosty start tomorrow on Local 4 News Today. Kim?
Hey, Ben, Macomb County Police have released a sketch of the man wanted for home invasion and assault. They say back on April 21st, this man broke into a Mount Clemens home, threatened the woman inside with a gun and pistol whipped her, knocking her unconscious. Anybody with information on who this person is asked to contact police.
Countless hours being put in to repair the massive sinkhole in Fraser, and while major progress is being made, so much more needs to be done. And today the county said the project is going to need more money on top of more time. Tonight, adding a little salt to that wound, a new lawsuit that questions who should be footing the bill on this. Priya Mann live in Fraser with what's ahead. Priya?
Well, Devin, 11 communities use this sewer, including Sterling Heights, and the city says that Macomb County may not have done its job maintaining the sewer and should ultimately cover the cost. So today, they filed a lawsuit.
Why should the ratepayers in Sterling Heights be paying for something, a problem caused by somebody else?
The sinkhole repair in Macomb County could cost the city of Sterling Heights $22 million. The mayor says the city shouldn't be on the hook and has filed a lawsuit.
We want to verify if no repair work was done, then the wastewater district should be responsible for paying this $22 million, not the city of Sterling Heights.
Macomb County's wastewater district was contracted to maintain the sewer line back in 2010. Public Works Commissioner Candace Miller oversees that department and is also a member of the drainage board that operates the sewer.
I understand that we're kind of asking her to maybe file a lawsuit against herself, so I understand she might not be too happy about that.
In a statement, Miller says our financial advisor has advised us that because Sterling Heights has filed this lawsuit, we will be unable to sell the required bonds to finance the repair of the collapsed 15-mile sewer interceptor. It is unclear at this time how we will proceed with this project. The bond sale would get the county the loan it needs to pay contractors for the cleanup.
I do not believe that this will be something that holds up the bond sale or the repair work. This is too important to the county, and it's too important to the city of Sterling Heights.
With the bond sale being delayed, I think that they're going to still go ahead and get this fixed, and we're going to work out financial solution to this later. I believe that.
Now, that bond sale is scheduled in 9 days. If it can't go ahead because of this lawsuit, theoretically, those repairs could be delayed. And just today, we learned that newly discovered cracks and leaks have upped the repair cost by several $1 million, bringing that closer to $80 million. Reporting live in Fraser, I'm Priya Mann, Local 4.
Unbelievable. All right, Priya, thank you. Opening statements begin tomorrow morning in the trial of the man accused of killing Chelsea Bruck. Bruck disappeared from a Halloween party back in 2014. Her body was found a year later, and Daniel Clay was arrested in 2016. According to police, he claims Bruck died during rough sex. He's charged with second-degree murder. Little Caesars Arena construction workers saved the life of a 6-month-old little kitten and gave her the cutest name.
Little Squeezers, as she is now called, was discovered at the arena site. The workers contacted a rescue group to come get her. Now, normally, that group neuters feral animals and then returns them to where they were found, but they couldn't really return Little Squeezers to the arena. They were concerned she would have to be euthanized, but a volunteer found another location to release her.
Cute. Little Squeezers.
We'll have Little Squeezers sightings all over now, right? Well, not all heroes wear a cape or a badge. Wait until you see who steps in to help two officers who were having trouble making an arrest.
Also tonight, she wasn't planning on going for a swim. What happens when a neighbor takes her complaint directly to the source? Doc?
Do you hear fine most of the time but struggle to hear in a loud or crowded room? Well, you could be suffering from hidden hearing loss. Coming up, what local researchers have learned about this growing problem and how you could be putting yourself at risk.
Having trouble hearing in a loud or crowded room, you could be suffering from a hidden type of hearing loss.
Once there is hidden hearing loss, after a while that hidden hearing loss is going to become not so hidden hearing loss.
Hidden hearing loss may not show up on a traditional hearing test, but it can certainly have a big impact on your life.
Our Dr. Frank McGeorge is here to explain more about this new type of hearing loss and what causes it, Doc.
Exactly, Devin and Kimberly. Hidden hearing loss was first described by researchers in the UK just a few years ago. But now local researchers are learning more about how it might occur and what it could mean for all of us. It can happen in a noisy lunchroom or a crowded restaurant. You find you just can't seem to hear what people are saying.
Once I learned about hidden hearing loss, I thought it made a lot of sense.
Haley Ottman works in the communications department at Michigan Medicine, but she's noticed an issue in her own communicating.
When I'm in a meeting or talking on the phone or something, I never have any problem hearing people, but I do notice that I have to ask people to repeat themselves when I'm at a restaurant or a bar or something like that.
Haley is far from alone. U of M audiologist Paul Kaleni has seen many patients that complain of hearing issues, but when they undergo a traditional hearing test,
it comes out pretty normal or close to normal, and then you look at it and you say, well, I don't know what you're really talking about because everything tests out perfectly fine.
Kaleni now believes many of these patients are suffering from hidden hearing loss, and he's teamed up with researcher Gabrielle Korfus.
There's a lot more noise exposure these days. We live in a very noisy society, noisy environment.
Korfus says loud noise can damage the connections between so-called hair cells in our ears that are essential for hearing.
It was discovered that these noise exposures cause a permanent hidden hearing loss that eventually leads us to, with the years, to have very significant defects in hearing in noisy environments.
As a result, you may hear just fine in quiet settings but struggle in noisy situations. Now, by studying the problem in mice, researchers at U of M have found a second cause for hidden hearing loss, the loss of myelin, which insulates nerves critical for hearing.
Right now, we are going to be working together with our clinicians and audiologists to see whether that happens and to try to understand how profound it is and think how we can cure it.
This test may help determine who's suffering from hidden hearing loss. Instead of measuring how well someone hears, it measures how well the hearing nerve itself functions.
That's the hearing nerve response right here.
The lines represent information that's going from the ear to the brain.
This is as close as we can get to the hearing nerve using a non-invasive procedure.
The next step is to compare normal test results like this one to tests in people suffering from hidden hearing loss. The ultimate goal, to find better ways to diagnose hidden hearing loss and guide research to find drugs to treat it. But these experts hope just being able to show patients that it's occurring might help prevent further damage.
We can probably prevent this if you change your behavior a little bit.
That means protecting your hearing from loud noises, including music.
That exposure can really be damaging our ability to hear for the rest of our lives. Just keep the volume down. If somebody else can hear what you are playing in your earbuds, that is a problem.
It's advice Haley already follows, hoping to preserve her hearing for many decades to come.
And I don't use earbuds that often. I do love listening to music, but I try to watch the volume, especially in the car.
The hearing nerve test is something that's already being used by audiologists for other reasons, but researchers are hoping it can help them learn much more about hidden hearing loss. Now, currently, there's no treatment for hidden hearing loss, so the focus really is on prevention.
It's tricky because sometimes the person who's suffering from hearing loss is the last one to seem to know.
Exactly. They don't know they can't hear, so
yeah.
It's important someone tells them.
Yeah.
All right, Doc. Well, here's a look at what Defender Karen Drew is working on for tomorrow night at 11.
He wasn't letting go. And I just felt every blood vessel in my face rupturing.
A story of abuse she says she never saw coming.
I wish that I would have walked away when I had the chance to.
Looking back, there were signs. Now this local woman bravely shares how she escaped.
As I was running out, I could hear him running after me.
And survived.
1 in 4 women experience what happened to our survivor. Her story tomorrow night at 11.
Here comes Ben on one more really chilly night. I went out to look at, as I was telling Kim, a basil plant that I did try to sneak in early, and it's a goner after last night.
It didn't even last.
Wow.
No, I know, and it'll happen to you tonight if you're not careful, right?
That's true.
Yeah.
Cover up what you can, bring in what you can, and then just wait because once we get towards the end of the week, we'll be in the clear as far as these chilly starts. 50 is where we're at right now. Winds are calm and the air is very dry. Two of those ingredients that we need, and here's the other one. Almost completely clear skies across the area. That is one of the warmest numbers that we've got across the region. The further outside the city you get, the quicker that those numbers drop off into the 30s. 37 in Port Huron, Sandusky's at 38. Ann Arbor's at 39. You can see just that little green, hint of green around Wayne County. That's where we're looking at those numbers in the upper 40s to around 50 degrees. But by the morning hours, when we get close to sunrise, just about everybody be hanging around freezing or below. We're stuck in this little swath of clear skies, which during the day was great to see that sunshine. Tonight, though, we really could use the help of those clouds to stop this drop off in temperatures, but doesn't look like we're going to get it because even some of those high clouds clouds have stopped moving across parts of Michigan. Showers will stay off to our southwest. We don't have to worry about that. We've got a dry forecast until we get into the upcoming weekend. So high pressure will be in control for the rest of the night, and pretty much once we get into the middle of the week, we will see some high clouds tomorrow in the afternoon, and that's going to be about it. Wednesday night, showers sort of get close to us. Not really. There's just a slight chance we could see a sprinkle at night, but most of us, it's going to be Saturday before the rain starts arriving. So here are those chilly lows we're expecting by tomorrow. Frosty, to say the least. 33 in Dearborn and Detroit, 32 out in the airport, 31 here across our northern suburbs towards M59. Lenawee County, you're going to be in the 20s, slightly milder, but not by much, still freezing or below across our entire south zone. And then with the exception of Canton and Novi, everybody's in the 20s here in our west zone. Same goes for our north zone, except for just around M59 where we could be hanging on to 30 degrees and maybe out towards the lake shore as well. But it will be a very quick departure down below freezing. With that dry air and the sunshine, it will be a very quick warm up. Between 8 a.m. and noon, we will jump almost 20 degrees in temperature. But again, those clouds are going to be increasing in the second half of the day. Highs still hitting 60. In fact, we will see the 60s for much of the upcoming forecast. Do have showers around, unfortunately, for Race for the Cure on Saturday. And Mother's Day, it looks like could be a little bit breezy and cool. But on Wednesday, one of our warmest days, we will be out at Weatherfest. This is going to be at Southfields Public Library. We did this last year, partnered up with the National Weather Service. Great opportunity to come out and talk about the weather, see all kinds of cool displays and stuff. 1:45 to 7.
Pretty fun last year it was. Yeah. All right, Ben.
Nothing special about this delivery. The worker for Amazon caught tossing somebody's packages over a fence.
Also another bad throw, this one involving a person. The troubling reason a group of teens tossed a stranger and her dogs into a pool.
Roseville police are investigating the death of a 4-year-old girl. An autopsy confirms she died from blunt force trauma. The girl was home with her mother and her mother's boyfriend. Both are being questioned. So far, no charges have been filed.
Macomb Township woman arrested for killing her boyfriend is not going to be charged. The 42-year-old woman shot the 35-year-old man on Saturday. She was released this afternoon after the prosecutor's office said no charges would be considered. Police had been called to the home twice in recent months after reports of domestic violence.
A man drove his car into wet cement in St. Clair Shores. It happened on Jefferson, just south of 10 Mile. The man apparently wasn't paying attention. It looks like there are cones right there, but he drove right into that freshly poured cement. No word on whether he's going to be ticketed or what will happen.
He's going to pay a fine of some kind there. Well, all she did was ask them to quiet down, and they responded by throwing her into the pool. 68-year-old woman in South Florida approached a group of teens holding a pool party, and someone in the crowd started yelling, "Throw her in." One teen then picked her up, slipped and dropped her, then picked her up again and threw her and her dogs into the water. She ended up suffering bruises, understandably. The teen responsible has turned himself in, and he will likely be charged with assault.
Also in Florida, police got a little help arresting a man wanted for assault. You can see the officers trying to take the man accused of attacking a security guard into custody, but he fights back. At one point, officers are on the ground. A guy passing by sees what's happening and stops to help the officers. Soon, several other citizens step in, tackling the man so police could finally arrest him. He's now charged with felony battery and trespassing.
Let's stay with Florida, shall we? An Amazon delivery driver was feeling a little impatient while out on the job. Check out this video, which was shot in Miami. A delivery person rings the bell, but instead of waiting for the homeowner to answer, tosses not one but two packages over the fence. The customer notified Amazon. They have launched an internal investigation. Thankfully, the packages contained not Waterford Crystal, but bike helmets. So nothing was damaged. What goes on in Florida?
I don't know. It's all the stories.
I know. It's all right there.
Florida.
Well, all is right with the world now that the Camp Hope basketball trophy is back where it belongs.
Yeah, Saturday we beat our friends over at Fox 2 to regain the title after a little bit of an extended absence.
Yes.
It was fun, but it was competitive. It was physical. But we want to thank everybody who came out to watch and to support the kids camp at Hope United Methodist Church. You can see there I was pretty excited.
I heard you had 5 fouls in the first half. Is that accurate?
I had a couple of
Rough.
assists, I think. So.
It is good to have it back downtown, isn't it nice?
I hear Channel 2's getting 7-foot editors in for next year. You guys are rubbing in their face. They're rubbing in their face. They're gonna take care of you.